Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a Centurion variation including the P.u.n.k cards. So of course with the new Centurion Synchro monster being a generic level 8, P.u.n.k is an archetype that naturally comes to mind because all of its one card combos kind of access a level 8 Synchro before being able to continue playing. The big benefit to this variation of Centurion is that the P.u.n.k combo is really strong into Nibiru because you're able to still get the Centurion level 8 Synchro or any level 8 Synchro, and then you get the D-Note trigger in the graveyard to bring back Foxy-Tune, which allows you to either make like a Photon Lord or you can do a cool Zolkin play, which is kind of what we're looking for in this this deck here. So I'll start off with the P.u.n.k cards. Now there's more P.u.n.k cards you could play. I'm not maximizing on all of them, but I am playing 3 Foxy-Tune, 3 Z-Armin. So that's 6 starters there. Ogre Dance is an additional starter. Like you could play 2 more Ogre Dance if you really wanted to. I'm playing 1 D-Note and 1 Sharakusai. The Sharakusai is really important because it means that Foxy is a 1-card combo, because you can go Foxy summon Z-Armin, Z-Armin search Sharakusai normal summon, and then you have to go through the fusion. But still does the line. And then of course 3 emergency teleport does it as well. So in terms of like the P.u.n.k combo, we've got 10 kind of 1-card starters. So this does like the anti-Nibiru play. You could play more 1-card starters if you added in Ogre Dance, but I'm currently opting not to do that. You could do that if you kind of made allowances in the rest of the deck. Like the deck's already 42 cards, but yeah, you could add more consistency if you wanted to. Then for the Centurion engine, we've cut back on it a little bit just because we're playing like Z-Armin is almost like a preferred normal summon just because you can kind of play the anti-Nibiru combo. So 2 Primera, 2 Tridea. Like there's a world where you could even like cut these down to 1. I just feel like and like these could be the 2 other Ogre Dance, but I just think you'd be just decreasing like the grind if you like, you lose one of these pieces out of rotation and you're in maybe a bit of trouble. We're playing the 1 Atri and the 1 Gargoyle. And then the rest is all pretty standard in terms of the Emblema Oath, the stand-up Centurion, and then we've got Wake Up, we've got Bonds, Terraforming, just to add an additional copy of the field spell, and I'm playing 2 Phalanx, so there's a second Phalanx. 2 is important because you use 1 for the combo to do the revive, and you actually search the other one as an end board piece. So we are playing 2 Phalanx. This is just a variation of the combo. There's like lots of other ways you can kind of play out the combo. I've just been like playtesting lots of different ways. And this is kind of the way I'm going for at the moment. It does include a second Phalanx, which is not ideal, but yeah, it's just something that I'm testing, and you can certainly change it up for sure. And then non-engine, we do have 12 spaces for non-engine, so this can just be whatever you want it to be. I'm just playing some hand traps. One hand trap that you want to kind of consider is Ghost Ogre. Of course, the P.u.n.k level 8 Synchro allows you to search Ghost Ogre. So if you find yourself in a combo where you already have access to Emblema Oath, then you don't need to make the level 8 Centurion Synchro, and you can instead make the P.u.n.k Synchro and search this. It just gives you an additional interruption for free. And then just playing like 1 call by 3 Emperor. But like this non-engine Raid Share could be just whatever you want it to be. It's 13 spots counting the call by the grave. Yeah, tailor this to whatever you want it to be, but I would definitely fit 1 Ghost Ogre in there somewhere. So that's 12 cards plus 1 Ghost Ogre. Play board breakers, play hand traps. Yeah, make it whatever. But that's the main deck. It's 42 cards. For the extra deck, I'm on 1 Legatia and 1 Auxilia. Obviously, like 2 Legatia is fairly standard, but I'm just testing other things, and so that's 1 card that has been kind of cut from the standard extra deck. This is the level 8 Centurion. I just, again, don't have access to it. If you see my previous Centurion builds, I'm kind of doing these kind of back-to-back. But yeah, still don't have this Centurion, but this is the level 8 Synchro. There's a world where you could like play 1 of this and play 1 Legatia, but I mean, this card still pops. This is draws. So this draws and pops, this searches Emblema and pops. So that's kind of like they do similar things. So it's either or. Playing double Cosmic Blazer and a Crimson Dragon. There's combos where you can obviously like get to both of them. The current combo I'm kind of leaning towards is only going for 1 in your opponent's turn, because we're already kind of like beating a lot of interruptions on our turn. And then here's the Crystal Wing with Zolkin. So this is the play that we can do with the level 8 Centurion and the Foxy Tune. Playing a couple of Punk Synchros, being just Amazing Dragon and the Dragon Drive. Like the Dragon Drive is not like super necessary, but I think if you like already kind of accessing Emblema Oath, then you may as well go for this to just get the Ghost Ogre. It means you have to like, you don't get to do like the Zolkin play, but you could easily just go for like Photon Lord instead, and you're just doing a variation of the combo. Here's Rising Carp. And then this is what I kind of find this interesting. You don't have to play this. This is just the way that I've kind of opted to like combo in this version of the deck. But playing Heretic Seal, a lot of the Centurions are in fact dragons, like Oxala, like Gargoyle, like Atri. It's like Heretic Seal is not outside of the realm of possibility. Potentially, again, like in terms of the non-engine, maybe you just throw a Magnemite in there as well, like as a good seal target. And the fact that we're playing dragons, like Magnemite's not necessarily a bad inclusion. I'm also playing one SP Little Knight. So I'll show you kind of the combo I'm going for, and I'll show you kind of, we'll do some test hands just to see how efficient it is. Okay, so this is the combo that I've been mucking around with. This is just using the Punk cards. So it would start off with a normal summon of Xiamen to search out, pay the life points to search Foxy Tune. Use the Foxy Tune effect to summon out the Deer and then we're going to go for a Synchro summon Deer and Xiamen into the Centurion Synchro. Remember, that's what this is. We can go 1, 2 Deer to summon back Foxy Tune. The Centurion Synchro is going to search out Emblema, and then we can take these two because this is a tuner. Obviously I can't show that because I don't have the card, but they can go into Ultimire Zolkin. Then we can activate Emblema Oath and use its effect to set the field spell, which triggers the Zolkin. And Zolkin is going to summon out Crystal Wing. Now, Zolkin is the 5th summon, so in terms of like Nibiru, they kind of like have to Nibiru the Zolkin, which means like you still get the field spell. You obviously like don't get the crystal, but like you still just play Centurion from there. And it does affect the end board, so like this end board is assuming like no Nibiru, but you can definitely just play it out without that as well. I'll show you how you would do that maybe in a second combo, but now we can go ahead and use the stand up. We have to pitch another card out of the hand, and we're going to get the Trudea. Going to use the Trudea up and back to place Primera, which we'll use then to summon. And the Primera is going to search the Wake Up. We'll activate Wake Up Centurion to summon out a token, which will be a level 8 token. From here, we're going to take the Primera and the token, and we're going to go into Oxala. Then we're going to get the Oxala search. So this is where I like to search the first Phalanx because it's a good interruption. From here, we're actually going to take the Oxala and the Zolkin, and we're going to link summon Heretic Seal with those because obviously the Zolkin's a dragon, the Oxala is a dragon. And now we're going to do the Wake Up line. We're going to banish the Wake Up. We're going to send the other Phalanx. So remember that this is the other Phalanx. We can banish the Phalanx and bring back the Oxala. And this is just helpful for the follow-up. It just means that we get that guaranteed kind of, in the end phase, we get the Oxala to place the Primera. Obviously, we set our Phalanx. So that's the kind of combo that I've been just like mucking around with. There is a variation where like you don't get Seal or Phalanx or even like Primera, so you only get 1 Centurion into your spell trap zone, but you do get the Cosmic Blazer. I'll show that next, but I don't know, I just think this is pretty cool. So this can still just come out on your opponent's turn to search follow-up and make Crimson Dragon into Cosmic Blazer, which is obviously fantastic. Phalanx is just a good interruption to graveyard. What I like about this is just kind of like things are fairly diversified. The only thing like Seal doesn't have anything like super impactful to tag out into. So when we tag out the Seal, obviously we get the bounce. And if our opponent has like Dark Rule at our board, when we do use Seal, I mean, we could bounce something like the field spell after we've used it, which is pretty good. It means like the follow-up is better too. But yeah, what we can do is with the seal, so we can obviously bounce a card, and then the seal can summon out the Atri. Either one of these is fine. Like obviously Atri is more ideal because it's going to give us a draw. But like if we do end up summoning out the Gargoyle, we can just keep the Trudea here, use the Primera, and then like this is going to come back to hand when we synchro with it anyway. So we like keep it in rotation. But yeah, summoning the Atri just gives you a free draw. And then like, again, you could keep the Trudea there if you wanted to go like a level 8 synchro, or you could keep, like, you're never going to keep the Primera there. You're always going to like probably summon both out. And then like you could take these and turn them off into the Crimson Dragon. So you through the Crimson Dragon line, you just get a draw, which is nice. So then you end up with 3 cards in hand with the draw of Atri. Obviously, if you like end up going into Legatia, then you'll get an additional draw and a pop. So like you're still drawing a stack of cards like you are doing in like current Centurion. And then we obviously do have the Phalanx, just as a good back row interruption. So the thing I like about this, so having the seals up top, is it's just really diversifying just like the end board pieces. The Atri is obviously still in the deck. So we end, yeah, this is how we end. Yeah, it's I think it's pretty strong. But now I'll show a combo that does not involve the seal, and this is kind of what you do if you like. You can save extra deck space by like not playing this, but I just think like you do have a stronger interruption in the form of the Cosmic Blazer, but yeah, I think you lose a little bit out on the follow-up, which is not as ideal. Okay, so this is a similar setup as before. We normal as Xiamen, we use the effect, grab Foxy, and then go for the Foxy Tune to summon out the Deer Note, which we can then use to synchro into the Centurion, Synchro 8. Same thing, so Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Deer Note to bring back Foxy Tune, and we get the Emblema Oath. We go into Zolkin here, and we go Emblema to set the field spell, trigger the Zolkin to summon out the Crystal Wing, and then we flip the field spell. So when we flip the field spell, we're pitching a card from the hand to do the Trudea up and back, get the Primera, summon, and we're going to get Wake Up Centurion. We're going to activate this. We can make a level 4 token this time, so we'll call this level 4 token. We can do the thing with Wake Up Centurion banishing itself to send Phalanx. We can banish the Phalanx to bring out the the Centurion Synchro, and then we can synchro these off, because obviously it's a tuner, into Auxilla. This just gives us an extra tuner, so we get to use the Primera now. So the Auxilla can then go for Gargoyle. We have to get rid of the Trudea for Gargoyle, but then we can take Primera and Gargoyle and use them for Crimson Dragon. We get the Gargoyle back to the hand, and we can do the Crimson Dragon out into Cosmic Blazer. And then in the end phase, the Auxilla can set just one thing. So if we set like the Primera, so it's not like, again, like this looks like still fine. You've got this Zolkin that's just kind of sitting around. Like it's hard to out, like it's got good protection while you've got synchros on the board. But then what we need to do is like in our opponent's turn, we can summon out the Primera. We search the follow-up, which is always nice. But then we kind of have to do it like maybe after the Crystal Wing, because we don't really have any other access to monsters unless our opponent has like interacted with our board in some way and we get to like summon back the Synchro, but then we're stuck because it's a tuner and this is a tuner. But we kind of have to use like the Crystal Wing first and then take the Primera and the Crystal Wing, and we can do like the Crimson Dragon thing again and get a second Cosmic Blazer. Or Legatia, of course, like we've always got like Legatia as an option. But I don't know, I just don't know how I feel about like getting rid of the Crystal Wing. Like the Crystal Wing's pretty strong just because it sits there and it's just a monster negate every turn. But obviously the Cosmic Blazer is going to come back and be a monster negate every turn as well. So this is fine. I mean, like it's still certainly strong. I just, yeah, like the follow-up return with like only having Auxilla, only getting one piece into the spell trap zone isn't as good. I think like the Seal interaction is like definitely a lot weaker than just like Cosmic Blazer, but like Seal is still an incredible card for sure. So let me know which kind of version you prefer in terms of like those two combos. One thing I will mention is obviously we just had the Orcus support revealed for that new box that's coming on the OCG, which like lines up with those leaks if you saw the leaks. But there's a P.u.n.k rank 8 in those leaks as well. So if that's all true, the P.u.n.k rank 8 is crazy good. So instead of going into like Zolkin, which means of course the seal line is like invalidated, essentially if you don't know what the rank 8 says, but the rank 8 can, it's a monster negate and destroy if you have a level 3 psychic in the graveyard, which we like will always have the Xiamen if we go through the P.u.n.k line. And then it also has an effect that's like detach to draw a card, so it's just a free draw, and you can like detach the Centurion Synchro to the graveyard, because like if you do this line, instead of going Zolkin, you go to like Photon Lord. If you go for like Photon Lord, you have an issue where like the Centurion gets like stuck under the Photon Lord unless it gets to use its monster negate, which is like not as ideal for like the Phalanx lines when you want to like bring it back. So the P.u.n.k rank 8 seems nuts. And obviously like I haven't like experimented at all with like the P.u.n.k support, because it's not actually guaranteed, but if it's real, it would be really crazy. And like the P.u.n.k level 8 extender is pretty crazy too. You like by that point I can probably just give pure P.u.n.k a go, because I think that'd be pretty nice. It's got a very nice inboard now. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. I'll keep it a little bit shorter, so I won't actually do any test hands. Certainly, you know, if you want some test hands, let me know and I'll put some together. But yeah, this is just a couple of combos, just a couple of thoughts. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. But that'll be it for this one.